Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. My name's Ellis and I'll be your host for today's quiz, which is all about trivia aimed at boomers. Those baby boomers are gonna do the best at this quiz, but it is for anyone to try if you wish. Those are your Quiz Class awards that you can win today based on your points, and we'd love you to let us know at the end of the video whether you are a champion, master, enthusiast, apprentice or explorer. Today's lineup then, we've got questions on fashion, marsupials, architects, 70s, Regal royalty and Africa. Good luck. We're going to start today's quiz with fashion, full fashion. Here comes question 1. Vivienne Westwood was known to collaborate with which music manager and producer? Brian Epstein, George Martin or Malcolm McLaren? Vivienne Westwood was known to collaborate with Malcolm McLaren. 2. Which fashion item did Vogue editor Diana Vreeland call the most important thing since the atom? Bikini, hot pants, or crop top? The answer is bikini. Question 3. Fashion designers Ozzie Clarke and Celia Birtwell feature in the famous painting Mr. and Mrs. Clarke and Percy by which British artist? Andy Warhol, Jasper Johns or David Hockney? And the answer is David Hockney. 4. Which iconic item did Halston design for Jackie Kennedy, which she wore at JFK's inauguration? Kitten heels, pillbox hat, or clutch bag? The answer is pillbox hat. 5. Andrew Cunanan assassinated which Italian fashion designer in Miami, 1997? Ozzie Clarke, Gianni Versace, or Tom Ford? The answer is Gianni Versace. 6. Valentino designed many of the dresses for Joan Collins in which US 1980s soap opera? Dynasty, Dallas, or Triangle? The answer is Dynasty. Question 7. Which Swedish model is widely considered the first supermodel? Which Swedish model is widely considered the first supermodel? Jean Patchett, Twiggy, or Lisa Fonsagraves? The answer is Lisa Fonsagraves. Apologies on any mispronunciation there. Question 8. A milliner would best describe someone who made and sold which worn item? Shoes, socks, or hats? The correct answer is hats. 9. What adjective goes before pink in the name of a colour closely associated with Elsa Schiaparelli? Shocking, stunning, or simple? The answer is shocking. Question 10. Starring Robert Redford and Mia Farrow, The Great Gatsby from 1974 had period costumes designed by which fashion designer? Giorgio Armani, Ralph Lauren, or Karl Lagerfeld? The answer is Ralph Lauren, or Ralph Lauren. 11. Which of these fashion items was created by the late Mary Quant in the height of the swinging 60s? Flared trousers, miniskirt or pencil skirt? The answer is the miniskirt. 12. How many unwearable dresses were there in the 1966 collection by Paco Rabanne? 8, 12, or 17? The answer is 12. Question 13. Although it is never stated in the books, Sherlock Holmes is most commonly associated with which type of hat? Stovepipe, Homburg, or deerstalker? The answer is deerstalker. Question 14. Which Spanish surrealist combined with Schiaparelli to create the infamous lobster dress? Was that Pablo Picasso, Joan Miro, or Salvador Dali? The answer is Salvador Dali. Question 15. What was the first name of Prada, who founded Prada in 1913? Is it Mario Prada, Luigi Prada, or Yoshi Prada? The answer is Mario. We're going to move on now to some questions on mystic marsupials. What is the Spanish translation of the South American marsupial Monito del Monte? Kangaroo of the trees, squirrel of the sea, or little monkey of the mountain? The answer is little monkey of the mountain. Question 17. What more common name is given to the yapok, based on that it is the only true aquatic marsupial? Drinking rat, water opossum, or hydroquokka? The answer is the water opossum. Which of these marsupials is now extinct? Thylacine, common wombat, or greater bilby? One of those is now extinct. Which is it? The answer is thylacine. 19. Which member of the cast of the Looney Tunes would be considered a marsupial? Bugs Bunny, Sylvester, or Taz? Well, Bugs Bunny is a bunny, Sylvester is a cat, Taz is the Tasmanian devil. So that is your answer, Taz. 20. Which British explorer reportedly collected many quolls, an Australasian marsupial, on his voyages? James Cook, Francis Drake, or Richard Burton? The answer is James Cook. Question 21. In a series of video games originating in 1996, Crash was what type of marsupial? Possum, bandicoot, or kangaroo? The character was called Crash Bandicoot. The answer is bandicoot. 22. Roo and his mother Kanga are characters associated with which children's literary figure? Paddington Bear, Charlie Bucket, or Winnie the Pooh? Kanga and Roo are kangaroos in Winnie the Pooh. The answer is Winnie the Pooh. 23. Which of the following is a family of marsupials found in New Guinea and Australia? Gliders, jets, or propellers? The answer is gliders. Question 24. The leaves of which tree dominate the diet of koalas? Eucalyptus, willow, or walnut? The leaves of the eucalyptus tree dominate the diet of koalas. The answer is eucalyptus. Koalas take their name from the Darug word gula, meaning what? All sleep, cute bear, or no water? The answer is no water. Which character from Friends shares his name with the word used for baby kangaroos? Chandler, Gunther, or Joey? The answer is Joey. Question 27. A 1960s Australian TV show and movie revolves around a bush kangaroo with what name? Skippy, Skeppy, or Scoppy? The correct answer is Skippy. 28. The 2019 IG Nobel Prize for Physics was awarded for research into why wombats produce what shape feces? Spherical, cubic, or prismed? The answer is cubic. A population of 28 red-necked wallabies live on Inchconnecan, an island found in which lake, the largest in the UK by surface area? Lake Windermere, Loch Tay, or Loch Lomond? The answer is Loch Lomond. Question 30. Which of these is a mythological marsupial originating in Aboriginal folklore? Basilisk, Yeti, or Bunyip? The answer is Bunyip. Now we've got some questions on active architects. Which building became the tallest building in the world on completion in 1931, a title it held until 1970? Is it the Chrysler Building, Willis Tower, or the Empire State Building? The answer is the Empire State Building. 32. The three orders of ancient Greek architecture are Doric, Ionic, and which other? Palladian, Socratic, or Corinthian? Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. The answer is Corinthian. 33. Hotel Tassel in Brussels, Belgium is typical of which style of architecture, popular around the turn of the 20th century? Art Deco, Art Nouveau, or Art Oblique? The correct answer is Art Nouveau. 34. What is the name of the marble mausoleum found near the Indian city of Agra? Taj Mahal, Angkor Wat, or Amber Palace? The answer is Taj Mahal. 35. Buildings such as the Selfridges building in Birmingham, which have an organic, amoeba-shaped form, are said to belong to which style? Blobitecture, gooey-tecture, or Rio-tecture? The answer is blobitecture. 36. Found in post-war communist nations, which style of unpainted concrete blocks takes its name from the French for raw, R-A-W? Is it postmodern, expressionist, or brutalist? The correct answer is brutalist. 37. Which American city is associated with the birth of skyscrapers, with the first skyscraper being built there in 1885? Detroit, Chicago, or Indianapolis? The answer is Chicago. Question 38. Which leader of the Soviet Union from 1924 to 53 lends his name to a form of architecture which was prolific during his reign? Vladimir Lenin, Mikhail Gorbachev, or Joseph Stalin? The answer is Joseph Stalin. Question 39. Which man was best known for his neoclassical design of the White House? James Hoban, Frederick Law Olmsted, or Henry Bacon? The answer is James Hoban. Question 40. Inuit huts made from blocks of snow are known as what? Igloos, casas, or lapas? Inuit huts made from blocks of snow are known as igloos. 41. Meaning dragon style, dragastil was an architectural style pioneered in which country? Netherlands, Namibia, or Norway? The answer is Norway. 42. Which avian architect is best known for rebuilding parts of London, especially churches, after the Great Fire in 1666? Nicholas Hawksmoor, Christopher Wren, or James Sparrow? The answer is Christopher Wren. 43. Filippo Brunelleschi was the architect responsible for adding what to the Florence Cathedral? Toilets, a dome, or moat? The correct answer is a dome. Question 44. Which of these is an award in the field of architecture? Sterling Prize, Turner Prize, or Lang-Taylor Prize? The answer is Sterling Prize. The National Stadium in Beijing, built for the 2008 Summer Olympics, is also known by what nickname? The Dustbin, the Crown of Thorns, or the Bird's Nest? The answer is the Bird's Nest. Singing 70s is the category we're moving into next. What was the name of Paul McCartney's band who had a multitude of hits in the 1970s such as Jet and Band on the Run? Wings, Feathers, or Beaks? The answer is Wings. What first name is shared by Essex and Cassidy, two teen idols from the mid-70s? John, Sam, or David? The answer is David. David Essex and David Cassidy. Which of these music genres would you most associate with chic? Heavy metal, disco, or folk? The answer is disco. Question 49. Who was full of ecstasy and fire according to the lyrics of Boney M? Rasputin, Henry VIII, or Guy Fawkes? The answer is Rasputin. Question 50. Which singer would often sing with the backing of the Love Unlimited Orchestra? Barry White, David Bowie, or Elton John? The correct answer is Barry White. And we are halfway through this quiz. Question 51. Released in 1979, Bright Eyes by Art Garfunkel was written for the soundtrack of which animated film? Rocky, Kramer vs. Kramer, or Watership Down? Well, there's only one animated film on there, and it's Watership Down. 52. Vincent Furnier is the birth name of which 70s rocker? Ozzy Osbourne, Alice Cooper, or Iggy Pop? The answer is Alice Cooper. Question 53. Which tartan teen idol band had a UK number one in 1975 with Bye Bye Baby? Was that the Osmonds, the Sweet, or the Bay City Rollers? Which tartan teen idol band had a UK number one in 1975 with Bye Bye Baby? The answer is the Bay City Rollers. Which state appears in the name of a 1976 album by the Eagles? Florida, New York, or California? Well, there's plenty of room at the Hotel California. The answer is California. 55. What was the title of Mungo Jerry's second UK number one after In the Summertime in 1970? Baby Jump, Angel Fingers, or Mary Had a Little Lamb? The answer is Baby Jump. 56. Who was lead singer of AC/DC from 1974 to 1980 until his death? Keith Moon, Bon Scott, or Phil Lynott? The answer is Bon Scott. 57. What animal links a top 10 hit by Lulu in the late 60s with a 1974 number one by Mud? Is it tiger? Is it lion? Or is it leopard? The answer is tiger. Which modern-day music festival held its first edition in 1970 at Worth Farm in Somerset? Tea in the Park, Glastonbury, or Woodstock? The answer is Glastonbury. 59. Maurice White and Philip Bailey had international success in the 70s as the lead singers of which group? Ottawan, Odyssey, or Earth, Wind and Fire? The answer is Earth, Wind and Fire. Question 60. What was Rod Stewart referring to in his 1974 hit, What Made Milwaukee Famous Has Made a Loser Out of Me? Was he talking about beer, cheese, or leather boots? The answer is beer. We're moving on now into a new category, and it's all about royalty. Starting with question 61. Great Britain and Ireland would have had 2 queens in a row in the early 18th century if Sophia Electress of Hanover had not died just 2 months before which queen? Elizabeth I, Mary I, or Anne? The answer is Anne. Question 62. What name is shared by the first woman crowned as monarch of the Kingdom of Poland and Harry Potter's owl? Is it Snowy, Hedwig, or Mikal? The correct answer is Hedwig. Question 63. Which of these US states takes its name from a nickname for Queen Elizabeth I? Virginia, Montana, or Oklahoma? The answer is Virginia. Question 64. Which comedic actor played the lead role of Doug in the sitcom The King of Queens? Steve Carell, Peter Kay, or Kevin James? The answer is Kevin James. E1 and E8 are starting squares for which piece in chess? Bishop, king, or queen? The answer is king. What nickname was bestowed upon Aethelred II due to his various errors whilst on the throne? Blunderful, idiot, or unready? The answer is unready. Which French city's cathedral was the traditional location for the coronations of French kings? Angers, Strasbourg, or Reims? The answer is Reims, R-E-I-M-S. The 2008 compilation album King of Pop features the best-known hits by which artist? Michael Jackson, Sting, or Elvis Presley? Well, widely referred to as the King of Pop, the answer is Michael Jackson. A popular historical anecdote tells us that Frederick, Prince of Wales, was the first person to be killed how? Hit by a cricket ball, run over by a train, or choked on chocolate? Frederick, Prince of Wales, was supposedly the first person to be hit by a cricket ball and died. 70. A prince of Greece and Denmark who did the future Queen Elizabeth II marry in November 1947? John Smith, Charles Longfellow, or Philip Mountbatten? A prince of Greece and Denmark. Who did the future Queen Elizabeth II marry in November 1947? The answer is Philip Mountbatten. 71. The Battle of Camlan was the final chapter in the life of which legendary king? King Arthur, King Beowulf, or King Alfred? The answer is King Arthur. 72. Which Florentine philosopher wrote The Prince in the 16th century? Antonio Gramsci, Giordano Bruno, or Niccolo Machiavelli? The answer is Niccolo Machiavelli. 73. Which actress played Princess Leia in the original Star Wars? Carrie Fisher, Meryl Streep, or Faye Dunaway? Princess Leia was played by Carrie Fisher. 74. In which year of the 20th century did 3 different monarchs rule over the United Kingdom? 1910, 1929, or 1936? The correct answer is 1936. Well done if you got that one. Here's question 75. Which of these Asian countries is ruled by a king? Saudi Arabia, Japan, or Bahrain? The answer is Bahrain. Advanced Africa is what our next questions are about. Since 1991, Abuja is the capital of which African nation? Nigeria, Egypt, or Algeria? Abuja is the capital of Nigeria. That's the answer. On to question 77. Casablanca is set in and named for a city in which country? Somalia, Botswana, or Morocco? And we're talking about the film Casablanca here from 1942. The answer is Morocco. Question 78. Which American rock band had a 1983 hit with Africa? Foreigner, Toto, or Berlin? The correct answer is Toto. Question 79. The first and only FIFA World Cup to take place in Africa was in which country in 2010? South Sudan, South Africa, or Ghana? The correct answer is South Africa. Question 80. Which African nation has a flag similar to that of the US and a capital named for a US president? Malawi, Mali, or Liberia? The answer is Liberia. Question 81. Which of these lakes is the largest in Africa by volume? Lake Victoria, Lake Nessa, or Lake Tanganyika? The answer is Lake Tanganyika. Well done if you got that one right. On to the next. What was the name of the Ugandan dictator who served as president in the 1970s? Idi Amin, Muammar Gaddafi, or Robert Mugabe? The answer is Idi Amin. 83. The West African nation of Sierra Leone has a name meaning what? Sea of Plenty, Sandy Cove, or Lion Mountains? The answer is Lion Mountains. Question 84. Ring-tailed lemurs are found solely on which African island nation? Mayotte, Cape Verde, or Madagascar? The answer is Madagascar. Which of these is a sour flatbread particularly found in Ethiopia and Eritrea? Roti, injera, or atta? The answer is injera. The two closest capital cities which do not intersect are found either side of which African river? The Nile, the Congo, or the Zambezi? The answer is Congo. Charity supergroup USA for Africa had a universal hit in 1985 with which song? We Are the World, Friends Unite, or Hold Our Hands? The answer is We Are the World. 88. Hemiunu of Egypt is believed to be the architect behind which worldwide landmark? The Great Pyramid of Giza, Colossus of Rhodes, or the Temple of Artemis? The answer is Great Pyramid of Giza. 89. Which African nation comes last alphabetically in a list of the UN member states? Zambia, Uganda, or Zimbabwe? The correct answer is Zimbabwe. Question 90. The colonisation of Africa by Western European powers, primarily in the 19th century, is known as what? Operation Safari, Scramble for Africa, or Continental Conquest? The answer is Scramble for Africa. And here at Quiz Class we like to finish with a mystery round, 10 questions that could be on anything to finish the quiz. Peterhouse College is the oldest constituent college which makes up which UK university? Oxford, Cambridge, or Durham? The answer is Cambridge. Question 92. Angles which measure between 90 and 180 degrees are known as what? Acute, reflex, or obtuse? The answer is obtuse. Question 93. A march led by Mahatma Gandhi in March 1930, protesting against laws involving a certain commodity, was known as what? Pepper, salt, or vinegar? The answer is salt. Paul Revere earned a living working with which metal? Silver, gold, or mercury? Paul Revere earned a living working with which metal? The correct answer is silver. The Rokeby Venus, subject to attacks by suffragettes in the 1910s, is a painting by which artist? Diego Velázquez, Francisco Goya, or Joshua Reynolds? The answer is Diego Velázquez. 96. What name is given to the part of a sundial which casts the shadow? Central X, Precipistone, or Gnomon? The answer is Gnomon. I'm assuming that G is silent. Gnomon. If you had halitosis, what would have an unpleasant smell? Your feet, your hair, or your breath? The answer is your breath. Question 98. Which Apollo mission was the first to successfully land? Apollo 5, Apollo 11, or Apollo 13? The first to successfully land. The answer is Apollo 11. Question 99, 2 questions left. Which ginger cat is the most famous creation of cartoonist Jim Davis? Muffins, Felix, or Garfield? The answer is Garfield. And question 100. What word follows Preakness and Belmont in 2 famous horse races? Stakes, sprint, or smash? Preakness Stakes and Belmont Stakes. The answer is stakes. And here's a bonus question to round things off. From what animal do we get ambergris? And we'd like you to let us know the answer to that one in the comments below. And whilst you're there, you can let us know what quiz class reward you've received. Are you a champion, master, enthusiast, apprentice, or explorer? Look at your points from 0 to 100 and work it out and let us know. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications on all of our upcoming videos. In the meantime though, there are loads and loads of quizzes that we've already uploaded that you can play right now. So click on another and get involved. Thanks again for playing this quiz today. My name's Ellis and I've been your host, and we'll see you next time at Quiz Class.